30 years ago, Rockport Technologies pioneered the development of the industry's first glass fiber reinforced, dual shell, damped polymer core loudspeaker enclosure. By essentially creating an immensely stiff, yet highly damped beam section for the enclosure walls, our composite construction provided a radical improvement in enclosure performance through simultaneous optimization of stiffness, damping, and mass. Further improvements were realized through the use of sophisticated 3D modeling and 5-axis CNC machining, which allowed for more organic enclosure shapes, yielding even better diffraction behavior and a cleaner wave launch. Rockport Technologies also began using aerospace carbon fiber lamination techniques in 2000, and then again in 2005 for our groundbreaking Arrakis loudspeaker. The 2016 introduction of the Lyra loudspeaker marked a sea change in Rockport's enclosure development history. The Lyra's cast aluminum composite, dam-stiff enclosure was universally heralded as the most ambitious production loudspeaker enclosure ever produced, and established an entirely new benchmark for enclosure rigidity, damping, and inertness. Now, 10 years after the beginning development of the Lyra, Rockport Technologies is excited to unveil our all-new Orion loudspeaker, featuring Rockport's latest Dam-Stiff 2 enclosure. A continued evolution of our composite loudspeaker enclosure development, the Orion's Dam-Stiff 2 enclosure merges a cast aluminum inner structure with an aerospace carbon fiber outer shell. Our fabrication process completely eliminates the design constraints imposed by conventional construction methods and allows us to fully optimize the enclosure for ideal drive unit placement, reduction of internal standing waves, and minimum edge diffraction, ensuring a clean wave launch for maximum coherency. The entire enclosure for the Orion is comprised of just 3 components: the inner cast aluminum housing, the outer carbon fiber main housing, and the outer carbon fiber baffle shell. Each of the outer carbon fiber components are formed using a vacuum infusion process to create aerospace-grade, continuous carbon fiber structures, which are ultimately bonded together to create the outer, finished shell of the composite enclosure. Because of carbon fiber's unique physical properties, it's an ideal material for use in a high-stiffness sandwich construction enclosure, particularly when combined with a high-mass damping core material. The massive inner aluminum housing is formed as a single continuous casting, and all of the interior braces and volumes, as well as the unique catenary profile mid-range sub-enclosure, are cast as an integral part of the housing. The housing's immense structural rigidity is further enhanced by a series of external stiffening ribs, which also serve to dramatically increase the interface area between the aluminum housing and the damping core, maximizing damping performance. After the casting process, the drive unit mounting surfaces are post-machined in a 5-axis CNC, as are all critical reference features of the aluminum housing, ensuring perfect registration with the outer carbon fiber baffle shell. The outer carbon fiber baffle shell is then securely bonded to the machined interface on the aluminum housing using a high-performance structural epoxy adhesive. Once cured, the outer carbon fiber main housing is then bonded to the carbon fiber baffle shell along a continuous machined mortise and tenon joint that provides precise registration of the 2 carbon fiber components. The volume between the aluminum housing and the carbon fiber outer shell is then completely filled with over 115 pounds of our proprietary high hysteresis viscoelastic core material. Newly developed specifically for the Orion, this core material bonds both carbon shells together intimately with the aluminum housing and forms the Orion's enormously stiff yet highly damped composite enclosure. As revealed, the Orion's Dam-Stiff 2 enclosure is astonishingly complex, yet beautiful in its simplicity. It has no conventional joinery, no fasteners, is comprised of just 3 components, and again confirms Rockport's design superiority regarding enclosure rigidity, damping, inertness, and form. The fundamental absence of any enclosure resonant signature has a profound effect on the Orion's presentation, and the result is pure and easy to hear. Orion, from Rockport Technologies.